You're listening to the British Baseball Podcast.
Hello, baseball family. Matthew here with your September baseball history on the 1st of October. Sorry, this one's late. It's not a lot in it, so this one's going out as a little bonus episode because there's not enough content here for a full feature. So we're going to start off with 1749. The first ever game of baseball was played on the 12th of September, 1749 at Ashley Park. And a blue plaque was awarded in 2019. Attendance at that blue plaque ceremony, which took place on the 7th of July at Walton Cricket Club. We've got the address, 197 Ashley Park Avenue, Walton-on-Thames, which is KT12 1ET. So it's Kilo Tango 12 1 Echo Tango, if you want to try and find it and have a look for yourself. Where players made up of BBF clubs and a national team which played an exhibition game. So if this audio sounds a bit funky, don't adjust your sets. It's me with a bit of a cold. Albert Goodwill Spalding was born on the 2nd of September 1894 and sadly passed away on the 9th of September 1915. Going to skip forward quite a bit now to 1980. Hull Aces played the Liverpool Trojans on Sunday the 28th at Barnet Copthall Stadium. That was the Copthall playing field in the National Baseball Final Championship. 1988, the 25th Home Run Challenge took place at the Oval between a 57-year-old MLB Hall of Famer Ernie Banks of Chicago Cubs fame and a 33-year-old cricketer named Graham Gooch. Gooch managed to hit 2 dingers in practice, but failed to hit any in the actual competition itself, whilst Banks pinged 3. The National Club Championship between the Burton Wood Braves and the Cobham Yankees was the main event too, and a 6-year-old Brad Marcelino was the mascot on the day, and I would see the Cobham Yankees defend their title, winning 16 runs to 1. In fact, this would complete a hat trick of championships for the Yankees as they beat Hull Mets in 86 and the Southglade Hornets in 87. 1993, a match versus National Premier League All-Stars in Great Britain took place on home soil, and that took place on the 12th of September at Eastmount Rec Centre in Hull. The National Premier League All-Stars roster is unknown, but the GB one was made up of Ray Brownlee, Darren Butler, Phil Cox, Rob Dixon, Neil Egglestone, Martin Godsall, John Heather, Mark King, Andy Maltby, Gav Marshall, Glenn Maxwell, Robert Norris, Frank Parker Jr., James Pearce, Neil Reed, Brian Thurston, and Phil Thurston too. 2007, GB won silver in Barcelona at the European Baseball Championships, and that was from the 7th of September to 16th. The first time they had finished higher than 7th place since that first ever silver in August of 67, which was also the qualifying competition to the 2008 Summer Olympic Games. The Dutch won the final for the 5th time in a row, with GB and Spain advancing to the final qualifying tournament in Taiwan. GB topped Group B with a 4-win and 1-loss record, beating Spain 12-8 in front of the tournament's largest crowd of 2,500 people in Montjuic on the 7th of September. They went to beat Russia 10-7 in Saint-Boy and France 4-3, and Ukrainians in a 9-0 shutout, with their only feat coming at the hands of Italy, which was 6-0 in front of 200 people in Montjuic. The victory put them in Group C, where they finished in 2nd place behind the unbeaten Dutch team, with a notable victory against Sweden 10 runs to 7. GB had 3 players make the tournament's All-Stars, with the catcher position going to former New York Mets and Toronto Blue Jays Mike Nickias, with first baseman Ian Young and shortstop going to Brant Hurst. GB's Hurst won the best hitter and MVP, while Stephen Sprague won one of 2 best pitcher awards. That was a fantastic tournament there. 2012, the Group B Wbcq saw GB head over to the 10,000 capacity Armin Wolf Arena in Regensburg, Germany, along with the Czech Republic, Germany, and Canada. In the preliminaries, GB faced Canada on the 20th of September. The Canadians enforced a mercy rule in the 7th inning as they won 11 runs to 1. But 2 days later, GB would face a Czech team and win 12 runs to 5, with 3 of those runs being scored in the 1st, 3rd, and 7th inning. A single run in the 4th, and the last 2 innings coming in the 8th inning. They weren't able to carry on the momentum into the semi-finals, where they faced a strong German team who ended GB's qualification dreams on the 23rd of September as another mercy rule in the 7th was called in to play, leaving the score 16-1. The two teams that forced the mercy rules upon GB would face each other in the final, with Canada beating Germany 11-1, with that game also being ended early in the 8th inning due to mercy too. 2016, GB at the World Baseball Classic qualifiers again from September 22nd to 25th at MTU Park, the home and single A Brooklyn Cyclones in the New York Penn League. The qualifier will also feature Brazil, Israel, and Pakistan. GB faced Israel on Thursday, the 22nd, with the game ending up 5-2 in favour of the Israel team in front of a crowd of 3,919, the highest attendance in this group's qualifier, with both teams scoring in the second inning and then mirroring each other again in the 7th. Only this time, Israel scored 4 runs to GB's 1. Centre fielder Jarvis Stewart scoring for GB, and backflipping nerds friend Cody Decker being amongst the scorers for Israel. The next day, GB treated 1,359 fans to a demolition of Pakistan, and it took place in under 3 hours for them to get 14-0, with the mercy rule being called in the 7th inning. The third game, which started on a very special date, the 24th of September, was the only game to be played on that day, and it saw GB defeat Brazil 4-3, with GB and Brazil scoring both runs in the third. GB had 3 and Brazil had 2. GB's final run being scored in the 7th, and Brazil trying to fight back in the 8th with an additional run, but not being able to do so as it ended in the 9th. This would set up a rematch between GB and a well-rested Israel team in front of just over 2,000 fans. And that game was won 9-1, with GB's score coming in 8th inning and ending a dream that night. Team GB reached the qualifying final on the 25th of the World Baseball Classic with a rematch against Israel, set to decide which squad would earn the final spot of the World Baseball Classic. Israel won 9-1, denying them a place in the finals. GB went 2-for-2 over the course of the tournament. Well done, GB. 2020. The 16th of September, after 16 years of service to GB, Liam Carroll stepped down as the men's national team manager. There's a quote here: representing Great Britain has been the greatest honour from the first time I selected to play in 1996 all the way to managing the 2019 European Championship squad and preparing for what if 2021 World Baseball Classic qualifiers. I've given the programme my very best. I'm incredibly proud of what I've achieved and how we've grown, especially while having the privilege to be the caretaker of the senior age group over the last few years. Most importantly, I'm humbled to have had the best seat in the house to witness the incredible efforts made by so many players, coaches, and support staff to inspire, develop, and perform for Queen and Country. Great Britain baseball will always be inside of me, and although I'm ready to explore some exciting opportunities outside the programme, I'm looking forward to supporting and continued growth of the programme in the future, said Liam Carroll. 18th of September 2020, GB Under-23 and London Mets head coach Drew Spencer is appointed the new senior team manager of the GB national team. Drew said, quote, I'm so excited, I can't wait to get started. Being part of the programme so far has been a tremendous source of inspiration and pride for me, and I have had the utmost respect for all that have come before me and those whose contributions have helped to make the programme what it is today. The chance to take GB baseball forward and build on the strength of what Liam Carroll's done is one that will require the very best that I have to offer, but I know I won't be alone. We have an amazing group of players, coaches, staff, and the entire community involved. We will raise the bar together, along with a few trophies along the way, end quote. And that's it. That's September in a nutshell. I hope everyone's safe and well. All the finals have been played. The seasons are winding down. All that's left now is for the MLB to sort themselves out with the playoffs and stuff. And I hope if your team is in it, that your team does well. That's it for me. Until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Ta-ra.